if there was a Hall of Fame for excitement, based on excitement alone, pure adulation, the remarkable stretch of football that this man played in the NFL for 9 different teams.
Unreal.
That this man played at a level that not only was fascinating and interesting, but also unprecedented in terms of the number of opportunities he kept getting. If he was on your team and you were starting quarterback, you had to have your head on a swivel because this guy was going to get the start at some point. And his name is Ryan Fitzpatrick. He has announced his retirement from the NFL. 2005 is when he first burst onto the scene out of Harvard. In the same way that Matthew Stafford and Clayton Kershaw were teammates, right? Went to the same high school as Drew Brees. All those facts that you keep hearing over and over and over again. Right up at the top there is Ryan. Did you know Ryan Fitzpatrick went to Harvard?
No way.
Yeah, that's just in.
Like the Harvard?
Yes.
Harvard.
Really?
Yes.
Had no idea.
Like Jerome Bettis is from Detroit.
And this guy came in from Harvard absolutely firing. And firing into windows he had no business throwing into. And certainly somebody smart enough to get into Harvard should know not to throw into those windows.
Right. Don't make those passes.
But, man, did he kept making those passes. Showed up, and he was with St. Louis with the Rams back in the day. Fresh-faced rookie out of Harvard. Look at him.
Wow.
There he is.
That didn't even look like
That's Ryan Fitzpatrick, people.
You could never pick that guy out of a lineup.
By the way, if you gave me $100, I would not guess that was him.
No, of course not.
There he is.
Never seen that picture.
There he is.
Now
And
that-
then
yeah,
look
okay.
at that kid out of Harvard. He does look like Goodwill Hunting, although he went to MIT, didn't he?
It was yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Department of Economics out of Harvard University, went to the St. Louis Rams and then stopped for 2 years in Cincinnati and then showed up in Buffalo, New York. And he was there for 4 years. And then at some point, he got the chance to start. He got a chance to start. He started all 16 games for the 2011 and 2012 Buffalo Bills. Best record, though, was 6-10. Tennessee Titans collected him then. Played 1 year there. You bet. He started 9 games, got a shot there. Went 3-6. Then he went to the Houston Texans. He wound up starting 12 games there. It's just amazing. He goes to a spot, and you think, okay, he's our backup or he's our guy. He can get you a few games here and there. And then he starts.
So plant should start.
Exactly what happened when he showed up at the Jets. That was Geno Smith's team. Until Geno apparently owed somebody some money, and IK Enemkpali rearranged his jaw, and suddenly who's the starting quarterback? Ryan Fitzpatrick. And who started winging it around and gave the Jets a chance at the playoffs? Ryan Fitzpatrick. And he went 10-6 for those Jets in 2015. Then the Jets tried to run it back with him and went 3-8 in his 11 starts the next year. So the Bucs said, let's get him. Bucs said, let's get him. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wound up giving him 10 starts over 2 years. And that's when we began to truly fall in love with this guy, because he would come up with 500-yard passing games and then show up to post-game press conferences looking like Conor McGregor.
He really went for it.
He goes for it, man, with the shades and the beard and then as much hair on his chest than his beard. And we find out, his family life. He's got tons of kids. He's a fun dad, and he's just going out there living his best life. Then the Bucs move on from him. He goes to Miami. Okay, what's he going to do there? Well, crush it like only he can. He wound up going there. There he is, showing up in the pandemic, looking like, again, an hourglass, right? You can't tell which is the top, which is the bottom with his hair and his beard.
That's pretty funny.
And he was showing 2 of the ropes, right? They even had to turn back to him. They turned aside from him to give Tua the gig, even though Tua hadn't, quote unquote, earned it. but he was Tua, and they drafted him in the top, 5. So they had to go to him, and they did. And Fitz was there as the consummate professional. At one point, they even turned back to him late in the season when Tua was struggling.
Yeah.
And then he got a shot with the Washington football team, and I thought, this was it, man. He was going to be set up and get one more chance. Showed up at training camp his first day with this incredible blackboard like he was going to kindergarten, first day of year 17. His teacher is Mr. Rivera, 38 years old. He's 74 inches tall. His friends are Terry and Curtis, as in McLaurin and Samuel. Happy first day indeed. And then he got hurt and never played again after one start with the Washington football team. That's it. Got hurt, and that's the end of that.
Bummer.
And we will not see the last of him. I hear he's going to Amazon. That's where I hear he's going.
Ah.
I think we're going to see him on Thursday nights.
I think he's going to be great.
And he's going to be a lot of fun. And I just hope his opinions are like those missiles he would throw into tight windows. And I think fans dig him. They love him. He's a likable guy with a head on his shoulders and a big future ahead of him. And I say to Ryan Fitzpatrick, good luck, sir. Thanks for everything. The last we saw of Ryan Fitzpatrick at an NFL game was in Buffalo in the stands during the wild card boat racing of the New England Patriots with his shirt off. Look at that guy. And fans digging it. And every man, a Harvard man, a man who just kept getting opportunity after opportunity and did what he could best with it and gave us so many thrills, so many incredible games, so many wonderful performances, a fantasy football darling for many years. Via con Dios, Ryan Fitzpatrick. We'll see you on TV next. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.